much. Thank you. Thank you. It's 25 years. It's like, wow. It's amazing. But yes, the magic of the cinema is not the same as it used to be, what it was when my dad started his career. You can't make a sequel to Gupt. There's no way. I chose to do the film. They didn't force me to do the film. They didn't choose the film for me. It was my decision.
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us Bobby Deol, whose film Gupt has completed 25 years. Welcome to Pinkvilla, Bobby. It's lovely having you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It's 25 years. It's like, wow. It's amazing.
And do you remember your reaction when Rajiv Rai first narrated the script to you?
I mean, I kind of remember it. It was at my office, and I always wanted to work with Rajiv because I knew him before that. He had been working with my brother, and I knew the kind of movies he made were like larger than life, big scale, you know, on screen they were like humongous. And when he narrated the subject to me, it was just so interesting, you know, because it's a thriller, and at the same time, for the first time, the killer was going to be a woman, and it was like, wow, very excited.
When he was narrating the script to you, were you able to guess the killer?
At that point, he didn't tell me who the killer was going to be. He was also very, you know, I certainly remember that. Like, he never told me who the killer was going to be at the time when he narrated the idea to me. But then, when he decided that Kajol was the killer, I thought it was so cool because, you know, no one would even imagine Kajol being the killer. And luckily, there was no social media, no mobile phones. So no one got to know. Otherwise, a movie like that made now, people would know it in like 3 seconds of the movie that, you know, the killer is so and so.
And so, you know, like you said, you didn't know who was the killer when he narrated the script to you. What got you on board the film at that point?
I think it was just an exciting story. It was very interesting about a boy whose father and him have an issue, and then how he's a little reckless and things go wrong, and how he loves this woman, and there's another woman who loves him, and he is so young, and that age, it was a story about that age, and so I think it was very interesting. No one was making a story like that. And then having a murder in that made it even more interesting.
Rajiv Rai, Abbas Mastan, these two people have given you two of your best thrillers. Actually, so many with Abbas Mastan and this one with. How do you define or how do you view their world of thrillers?
I really feel that it's, I mean, I wish I had done more work with Rajiv because it's just things didn't work out the right way at that point, and we didn't end up working together. But I think working with Abbas Bhai, Mustan Bhai was, I mean, they treat me like the younger brother. You know, I've done so many movies with them. So they were amazing directors. I mean, they're still amazing directors. It's just, you know, I don't see anyone who can come up to their level of creating that kind of cinema.
And so, you know, Rajiv Rai had worked with Sunny sir before you in 2 films. Did you visit the sets back then?
I did.
It was much before you made your debut.
I did. I remember I was in college when Oye Oye song came out, and everybody was like using it, and you know, it became an issue because people were doing, boys were eavesdropping, girls and all that stuff was happening, and it was just a craze, that song. And then I went for Vishwatma shooting to Nairobi in Kenya, and it was nice to be a part of it. So it was like I met Shabir and Rajiv around the same time, so we go a long way.
And so, you know, you come from a family where heroism runs in the blood. Dharamji, Sunny sir. It was actually the first film wherein you were playing that macho hero with action, that entry.
It wasn't the first time I was playing a macho hero. Barsat, I was already playing a macho hero, but this was more stylized.
More stylized.
This was more city-based, and this was more glamorized.
And you had that entry with, you know, on that song and everything. How did Sunny sir and Dharamji react to Gupt?
I think they were very confident that I was working with Rajiv. Okay. You know, because my brother already worked with Rajiv, and my dad had already worked with Rajiv's dad in earlier films. Yeah. They knew their son or their brother was in safe hands, you know. And I chose to do the film. They didn't force me to do the film. They didn't choose the film for me. It was my decision, you know. So I decided that, yeah, I want to do this film. Not because my brother told me or my dad told me to do this film.
And so, you know, 25 years of Gupt aside, there are so many other classics that you have done in the thriller space. Which is your favorite? There's a Hamras, there's Ajnabi.
I think in all my life, I have done a lot of good films. I'm close to them from my heart, but my most closest to my heart is Dil Lagi.
Okay.
Because I think that was the first time my brother directed a film, and it has a lot of emotions and a lot of thing behind it that's attached to it. So I think it was my best performance, I think. And I had a great character to play. and I think that's my favorite film.
And do you believe any of these thrillers or even Dil Lagi for that, do you think any of them warrant a sequel, franchisee or anything?
You can't make a sequel to Gupt. There's no way.
Yeah.
Soldier, maybe you can, but not Gupt. I guess, I don't know actually.
So, there is one more aspect of Gupt which stands out is the music.
Yes,
How do you
Biju's.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the music. I still remember going to Western Outdoors. There was a recording studio. It was in town area near I forgot the fountain. And I remember hearing the sound for the first time, and it was just amazing. I mean, Biju and Rajiv's combination was just world class.
Can we say Gupt was one of your best introductory scenes ever with that song, the beats and...
Well, you can say the best musical introduction of mine ever.
Okay. And I asked this to Kajal ma'am as well. Do you miss the times of the 90s and early 2000s when these big film premieres used to take place with entire industry coming together to cheer, to support?
Well, things have to change with time. Yes. Everybody looks back in their lives and thinks about things that are not the same anymore, but I guess you have to move with time. So I don't have any regrets about it. You have to move with time, be sensible. But yes, the magic of the cinema is not the same as it used to be, what it was when my dad started his career, and now it's different. It's all become very digital now.
And so, you spoke about Rajiv Rai. This was your first and only association with him. After Gupt, were there times when you discussed subjects and it didn't work out? What was it like?
Things were not meant to happen, didn't happen. But he's always been a close friend of mine, and he's a sweetheart, amazing person, and I'm just glad that I got to know him because of our Gupt.
And last couple of questions, sir. Dharamji is such a legend. He's working even now, like as we speak, he must be shooting for Karan's film. Does that motivate you in terms of, keep
Obviously, I mean, you grow up looking up to your parents, and every child gets motivated by their parents. And yes, I am definitely inspired by my father, my mother, my brother, my sisters. All of them inspire me to be the person I am.
And lastly, could you tell us what are your upcoming films like after this?
Right now, I have, nowadays they sign NDA, so you can't talk about much of your work, but Animal has already been announced. I'm doing Animal with Sandeep Reddy, Venga. I'm really looking forward to working with him as a director. He's a great director. I'm working with Ranbir for the first time and Anil again.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing Apne too, and I'm so excited about that because I'll get to work with my father again and my brother, and first time I'll be working with Karan and my nephew, so very excited about these two projects.
So these are the two films, and then there is one more with Abbas sir, which
Yeah,
is...
there's another film with Abbas and Muslim Bhai, and then there are some films I've signed and I'm going to start shooting soon.
Oh, perfect. That's a lovely lineup and looking forward to all of them.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, sir, on 25 years of Gupt.
I know,
and
25 years, wow.
Yes, and even 27 years of you as an actor. This
26 or 27?
27. I think you'll be 27 in August or September.
Wow, okay, fine.
So, yes. Thank you so much, sir, and
Thank you.
best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Bobby Deol, and you're watching me on Pinkvilla.